Hey guys, I'm Ty with MuscleWiki, and I wanted to go over how to spot properly on a few different movements. So we're gonna cover the basic ones, the main ones. And first and foremost, the bench press. This is the main move that people ask for a spot or need a spotter on. Don't be ashamed to ask for a spotter ever. If you're not sure if you're gonna be able to get the weight, ask somebody at the gym. Don't be shy, most people are totally happy to help. And then from there, how do you spot? So first thing you need to do is communicate. Before you start your set, tell whoever it is that's gonna be spotting for you how many reps it is that you're going for so they're aware. And then also tell them only grab the bar if it's absolutely necessary. Or I'm gonna go for 5, but I'd like to get to 8. So if I get to 5 and I start slowing down big time, help me get an extra 3, something like that, okay? And then from there, I'll have Cheska go ahead and come on back. Also ask the person, do you want to lift off? Some people prefer a lift off, other people do not. So ask them if they want to lift off. I'm going to give her a lift off just for the sake of this video. So I always suggest you come at it from a slight angle. And then on the lift off, give it a countdown, 3, 2, 1, go. So we'll do that here, 3, 2, 1, go. Lift off into position, and then remove your hands. Then let the person perform the set like normal. So I'm gonna have you do 6 reps. Go ahead and count those for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 more. So let's say they handle the set no problem. All you need to do here is done. Pull the bar all the way back for them until it hits against that flat part, and then back down and rest. Pathetic clap. Okay, so now let's say they're struggling to get that last rep. So I'm gonna have Cheska pretend like this is a heavy weight. This is easy work for her. All right, so go on to the bottom, and then let's say you're struggling to get the weight up. Now you got a couple options. Always like to go with a mixed grip to help the person get the weight all the way extended. Let's go back down again. Let's show that one more time. Here. Now, if the weight is extremely heavy for you, the spotter, what I suggest you do is go both elbows underneath the bar. So go ahead and go back down and then press back up and then help lift there. Again, you can do that if the weight is very heavy. That'll give you a little more leverage to help get the weight up. The last thing you want to do is you're spotting somebody who's bench pressing 300 pounds and you round your back and then struggle to help them get the weight up and end up hurting yourself as well. We don't want that. And then back, flat, down, done. Okay, so next move, dumbbell bench press is also one that people will need a spot pretty commonly on. Primarily, getting the weights up on a heavy dumbbell bench press is the challenge. So I'm gonna show you how to do that safely. We'll go ahead and roll back. And then what I suggest you do is grab around the wrists. Now what you'll typically see, go ahead and back down to your chest with the dumbbells. Just go back to starting position. What you'll typically see someone do is push at the elbow. So go ahead and press up. Now the reason I suggest not using the elbows and using the wrists instead is because if you push at the elbow here and the dumbbell goes inward, now you got a serious problem. Or if you push at the elbow and the dumbbell goes outward, again, you have a serious problem. So grabbing the wrist gives you a little bit more control. So again, grab at the wrist, help them extend to get into that starting position, and then from there, you're out of the way to let them start the set. Okay, so next, we have performing the actual set. So again, let's say the person is really struggling big time. They've communicated they're trying to get to 10 reps, and they're at 7, and they can't get it back up, so they need some help. So I'm gonna have Cheska go ahead and knock out a few reps. So again, so long as the weight is moving smoothly, no need to interfere or help. But then when they start fatiguing, start slowing down, there we go. Grab around the wrist and then help them extend. And then back down. Again, let's say they're trying to get them a couple more reps. Boom, let's get one more. And rest. So from here, you have a couple options. What I always like to do when I was personal training is I would grab someone here and then help them roll forward to get out. You can do that. Most people, if this is a total stranger that you're spotting for, it typically won't do that. But again, if it's a friend or somebody you know, somebody you lift with pretty often, that little nudge can be really helpful. Okay, the barbell squat. A proper spotting on the barbell squat can be a little tough. It can also be very awkward. So again, make sure you communicate with the other person before you start the set. But typically what you want to do is get behind the person. You can go directly behind them and help them squat like so. I always, again, when I was personal training, just so things were a little less awkward, would go at a side angle. You want to wrap your arms underneath their elbows and push up on the shoulders. And typically when a person fails a squat, it's not the legs that are failing, it's the upper body. So if you just give the upper body a little bit of a lift at the shoulders, that can help the person get underneath the bar a little bit better and finish the rep. I also suggest telling the person, like, if you just absolutely can't get it and it's a lot of weight, dump the bar off of you. And you as the spotter, just get out of the way. Quick, hurry, move. All right, so let's show what it looks like. You go ahead and walk the bar out and let's do a few reps. Right? And so again, you as the spotter, you want to be ready just in case. And then we start fatiguing, we start slowing down, the weight's getting heavy. Yep, good. Let's do again. And then you get underneath and push up at the shoulders. Let's do a few more. Let's do 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Okay? And then done. And then the last thing is I would always help them push the bar again against the rack and then rest. Because again, if they're fatigued, if they're tired, if they barely got those last couple of reps, it's very much so possible that they miss these hooks. So I always help the person get the bar back into place and then rest. Here we have the overhead press. So I'm gonna have Cheska go ahead and unrack the bar and perform a few reps. So how do you spot on an overhead press? So you wanna be not close to them at all. Trick question. You don't want to spot on an overhead press because you can't. Let's say you push up at the elbows, and again, just like we said with the dumbbells, if that barbell goes backwards because you're pushing up on their elbows and you're standing here, you got a serious problem. So again, trick question, do not spot on an overhead press. Just stay clear. If they can't get the weight, they couldn't get the weight. Okay, our last move here is going to be the seated shoulder press with dumbbells. This is also one that people will commonly spot on or need a spot on. So one of the biggest challenges with a dumbbell overhead press seated is getting the dumbbells into position, especially if the person is pressing 50, 60, 70 pounds. They might need help getting the weight up. So what I suggest there is getting to their side. You want to have the dumbbells vertically seated on your quads. And then get to their side, grab them by the wrist and the fist, and then help them get the dumbbell here into this position. Jump to the other side, dumbbell in that position. So that's your starting position, and then from there you want to stay slightly back to give them enough room, again, just in case the weights go backwards. But because the person is seated lower, unlike here, if they do need to bail, they can throw the dumbbells to the side or to the front, or you can hop back if the dumbbells do go backwards. But to prevent that from happening, we want to, again, use the wrists and not the elbows. So let's go ahead and knock out, let's go to 6. 1, 2, 3, starting to fatigue, starting to slow down. 4. Okay, here's where you want to hop in. Again, grab around the wrists, help them fully extend. Let them do the eccentric by themselves. Let's get one more, last one. Oh God. Oh, got it. Perfect. Okay? And then you want to bring the dumbbells back to your quads. And that's it. That's spotting 101. I hope that's helpful. Let us know if there's any other moves that you need this kind of information on, and we'll deliver. I'm Ty. This is Cheska. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you next time.